Welcome to 10 minutes of BPTV News, brought to you by Bình Phuoc Radio, Television and Newspaper. I'm The Wang. Now let's take a look at the headlines of today's news. Binh Phuoc holds scientific discussion on power monitoring. Binh Phuoc improving emergency response to floods. Prime Minister holds Mayor of Laos capital. Vietnam, powerful magnet for foreign direct investment. A scientific discussion on power monitoring at the commune level took place in the southern province of Binh Phuoc on October 4th. The discussions were held by the Binh Phuoc Provincial Party Committee's Inspection Commission in coordination with the Standing Board of the Binh Long Town Party Committee.
11 presentations were delivered at the seminar, clearly setting out the advantages and disadvantages of monitoring power in the model of a person holding the two positions of party and government leader at the communal level. Delegates said that this model creates an environment for officials to improve their role, capacity, and initiative in leadership and management to carry out local political tasks in a more comprehensive, flexible, and timely manner. However, the model also reveals a number of shortcomings, including difficulties in monitoring power when a person holds two positions, possibly leading to abuse of power, greater bureaucracy, and internal disunity. Other shortcomings are high workloads and difficulties in harmonizing party work and government work. Participants offered comments and shared their experience, which will serve as a foundation for identifying solutions for the issue of power monitoring in the locality.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Steering Committee for Natural Disaster Prevention and Search and Rescue of Binh Phuoc Province has issued an official dispatch requesting its chapters in the Phu District and Nong Xoài City to deploy flood response measures at key locations.
The dispatch asked the two localities to focus on directing and implementing rescue measures to ensure people's safety in flooded areas. Localities are also requested to evacuate people from high-risk areas to safer places, ensure that traffic and communication systems continue, and prepare plans to mobilize food, essential supplies, disinfectants, and medical masks for evacuation sites. Police and military forces are required to maintain security and order and check on people's property, and organize task forces to inspect residential areas along rivers, streams, and low-lying areas at risk of landslides and flooding to proactively take protective measures and ensure safety. They are also required to get underground areas and spillways to ensure safety while warning people in areas with deep and fast-flowing water. The steering committee also asked that immediately after the floodwaters recede, local chapters mobilize forces to address the damage and help people stabilize their lives.
Late September and early October is the time for Khmer people around Vietnam to prepare for the Sandota Festival, one of the largest festivals of the Khmer ethnic minority. After 29th May, Sandota is held to show gratitude to grandparents and parents and remember the ancestor.
The Sandota Festival will take place this year for 15 days, from September 30th to October 14th, in temples and in homes. In addition to worshipping rituals, Khmer people take time to visit their grandparents and parents and offer gifts to express their gratitude. This is why the ceremony is often held at a leisurely time when people have completed their farming work. The Khmer community in Binh Phuoc has over 21,200 people, mostly in Lộc Ninh district. In addition to investing in economic development, the Khmer people have paid attention to preserving their unique traditional cultural features, of which the Sandota Festival is just one. The festival is also an opportunity for people to meet and engage in cultural and religious activities and tighten solidarity in the community.
Moving on to the top stories around the country, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính on October 4th gave a reception for Mayor of Vientiane capital, Asafatong Sifadon, who is paying a working visit to Vietnam.
Prime Minister Truyền spoke highly of cooperation between localities of the two countries over the recent times, notably between Hanoi and Vientiane. This is an evidence of the great relationship, special solidarity and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and Laos, the host leader added. Chin asked municipal party committees and peoples of the two capitals, maintain exchange of delegations at all levels in the coming time, share experience in urban management, and especially promote cooperation and enhance strategic infrastructure connectivity, including the development of Hanoi, Vientiane Highway and Vuong, Vientiane Railway. Expressed thanks for the host's reception, Mayor of Hang Thong Sai Phan Dun conveyed compliments and congratulation from Lao Prime Minister Son Sai Phan Dun to the Vietnamese government leader. He also briefed the host on the outcomes of the cooperation between Vientiane and Hanoi over the past time.
The National Political Publishing House held a ceremony in Hanoi on October 3rd to introduce the book entitled Cuba, Vietnam, Two Nations, One History.
The book is written by Dr. Revisli Gonzalez Saiz, Vice President of the Cuba-Vietnam Friendship Association and Director of the International Relations Program in Cuba. It documents the important milestones in the enduring and steadfast relationship between Vietnam and Cuba over the past more than 6 decades, since the establishment of their diplomatic ties in 1960. The book covers a wide range of events, from high-level visits, exchanges to bilateral cooperation in various fields. The event was part of activities to mark the 60th founding anniversary of the Cuban Committee for Solidarity with South Vietnam, and the 50th anniversary of leader Fidel Castro's visit to Vietnam and the Southern Liberated Zone.
Vietnam has become one of the leading countries in Southeast Asia in attracting foreign direct investment, according to Global Finance magazine. The Global Finance magazine pointed it to a range of advantages of Vietnam, including its favorable demographics at 40% of Vietnam's population of 100 million are under 25. In addition, the country has tariff-free access to the Southeast Asia region with 800 million people thanks to being a member of ASEAN. The magazine cited an expert as saying that the 2023 outlook for the business environment in Vietnam showed promising signs of improvement. The expert said that in long term, Vietnam is really strengthening its positions at one of the top 3 locations where European business leaders want to invest. 90 countries and territories invested in Vietnam in the first half of this year. The top 5 are Asian countries, with the Republic of Korea in the first place, followed by Singapore and Japan. Ho Chi Minh City Index of Industrial Production in the first 9 months of this year increased by 3.2% year-on-year, regaining its attractiveness to foreign investors, suppliers, and clients. Earlier, the 7-month and 8-month figures stood at 2.2% and 2.6% respectively. In September alone, the index went up 2.9% month-on-month and 8.1% year-on-year, according to a survey conducted by Ho Chi Minh City competent agencies. Among local processing and manufacturing enterprises, 31.8% said their production and businesses got better in the third quarter as compared with the previous 3 months. 35.4% said their operations remain stable, and 32.8% said they face more severe obstacles. Notably, state-owned enterprises were the most optimistic, with up to 89.7% saying their operations got better or remain stable, as compared with 65.3% and 65.2% in foreign invested and non-state businesses. For the fourth quarter, 35.8% of respondents hoped for better performance, 36.8% expected stability in production and business, and 27.3% forecast more difficulty. And that has just wrapped up our bulletin today. To rewatch this news, you can download the BPTV Go mobile app or visit our website and YouTube channel. Now, thanks for staying with us and see you next time.